Hey guys, and welcome. In this video I'm going to cover what are the foundations of a great shave. So there's so many different products out there and techniques and things like that in the wet shaving world that I find myself sometimes getting a little caught up in all the different things. What's the best razor, what's the best blade, best shaving brush, cream, soap, aftershave, pre-shave, stuff like that. So I just want to take a minute here and do a shave where I'm just really focusing on the foundations of a great shave, just going back to those basics. It's the basic stuff that you need to have in place every single time that I try to do in every single shave to get a great shave. And often in my videos, I don't expound upon every single aspect of a great shave, so I would like to take this opportunity to go into some of those and just give a little brief explanation of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and why those give just such a great shave. So, as part of a great shave, you need great equipment. If you're not using some of the best stuff out there for your skin type and your face, you're not going to be getting a good shave. You also need to be using good techniques. So I'm going to kind of explain that stuff as I go along here in this shave. So first of all, I just got out of the shower, so my facial hair is nice and hydrated. I always try to mention that. And it's very key when you're shaving to have a hydrated beard. What this does is it hydrates the hair on your face and you clean out your face ahead of time. And I find that the best way to do this is to shower. It gets off the debris, oil, stuff like that in your skin, so your skin is ready to take your lather on and your beard is nice and hydrated, and it plumps up the hairs on your face so they're ready to be shaved off cleanly. So I just got out of the shower. I do that before every single shave that I do, both on film and off film. So I'm going to go ahead here and I clean up. So the first thing I do, I know you guys can't quite see my my workspace down here, but my area is just cleaned off. I like having this clean, so it's just my shaving stuff out, so I can make a mess. I'm not worried about shooting lather somewhere or dropping something, though I try not to drop things. It's just cleaned off, ready to go, so I can make a mess here, and I'm not focused on the environment or anything like that. I'm just focused on my face and the shave itself. So then what I do is I make sure my sink is nice and clean. I fill it up with some hot tap water. So some people like shaving with cold water. They find they get a better result with that, but most people by and large shave with hot water. So that's your key, it's your foundation. So you need to fill up your sink with as hot of tap water as you can possibly get out of your faucet. So then I grab my shaving brush and I've pre-soaked here in this mug. I filled up my mug here with hot tap water before I get in the shower, and I drop my shaving brush in there. All shaving brushes you need to pre-soak, except synthetics. Synthetic brushes are a little bit different, but if you're using badger, boar hair, anything, horse hair, anything like that, you need to pre-soak the brush because the hairs themselves absorb some water, and it gets the water in between each and every hair in your brush. Today I'm using the Samog 2000 brush. Great brush. I recommend boar hair brushes. I think they're amazing brushes. They're a great deal, and I pretty much use all the time either Omega or Samog brushes. So I'm gonna go ahead here, just rinse it out in the sink, get some nice fresh hot water in the bristles like that. Knock out the little bit extra water. This is a bigger brush, so I don't need all the water that this brush can hold. So you need a good shaving brush. You also need a good shaving soap or cream to use, and honestly overall I prefer shaving soaps. I think that they're slicker, and I just like using them. I think that they give better shaves. That's for me, that's my opinion. Lots of people out there love shaving creams, but I like shaving soap. So that's what I'm gonna go with today. Knock out the extra water. My puck here is dry, and this is Mike's Natural Shaving Soap. This is one of my absolute top favorite shaving soaps. It's like this, Synergy, Sterling, Razor Rock Triple X, Mystic Waters, and there's a few others I'm sure I'm missing there, but those are pretty much like my top shaving soaps I like using. So I'm gonna go ahead here and load up my brush. So it depends on the type of soap you're using, but you need to load up an adequate amount of soap into your brush. It really depends. You don't want to add too little, and you want to have enough in there. So what I usually look for is this, that my bristles of my brush here start clumping together. That means that there's a nice amount of soap in between all the hairs in there. Hope you guys can see this. It's nice, ready to go. Lots of soap in here, maybe even too much, because this Mike soap is really easy to lather, or to load up. It is easy to lather too. So I dip my hand in water, add a little bit of hydration to my beard, and I face lather. I like face lathering more than bowl lathering, and the reason is that, first of all, bowl lathering, you make a beautiful lather in a bowl like that, then you need to transfer that lather over to your face. And with some soaps, if you have a little bit of extra hydration in your face, you can lose that lather. Some soaps are and creams are very, very particular with the amount of soap they want relative to the amount of water they want. And if all of a sudden you add in more water to the equation, the lather can kind of dissipate out. So I like building it on my face so I know exactly what I'm doing, what I'm getting myself into. And it's just also better because you're building your lather on your face. You're spending the extra time to actually work the lather up on your face, because even if you build it in the bowl, you're still gonna have to spend time applying the lather to your face. And during this first pass here, I have about 4 days of growth. I've been working a lot recently, haven't had time to shave every day, so I have 4 days of growth, which used to be pretty odd for me, but seems about par for the course right now. Anyway, I spend the extra time of building the lather on my face, and I'm also working the lather and the soap in between each and every single hair. And it's very important for the first pass, when you have the extra hair on your face, that the lather and soap is in contact with your skin. That's going to give you a very good first pass. It's going to set you up for really nice subsequent passes. I need more water here, so I just dip the tips of my brush in the water there to add more water into the lather. There we go, it's looking a lot better now. So I spend the time building the lather on my face. It's working in. It's kind of like double time here. I'm doing two things at once, building lather, working it in. There we go, really nice lather all over my face now, nice and worked in, really ready for that first pass. So today I'm going to be shaving with the How to Grow Mustache Symmetry Safety Razor here with a derby blade. And this is an open comb razor. So I've paired it with the derby blade because the Symmetry is an open comb, more aggressive razor. So I kind of go by the thought process, you know, more aggressive razor, less aggressive blade. If you're using a less aggressive safety razor, it's down here, then you use a more aggressive blade. So, you know, if you're using like a micro touch, which is a pretty mild razor, use like a feather in there. You know, you're gonna get great results. And I really do like derby blades for these more aggressive razors. They're not sharp, but they're very smooth. I feel like they just give great results. Regardless, have a blade and a razor that works well for you, that you like using. And regardless of whatever safety razor and blade you're using, you need to line the blade up in here very nicely. I don't always show that on camera, but before I go on camera, I put the blade in the safety razor and I line it up nice so there's equal exposure on both sides of the razor head and it's not sitting in there skewed. And I hope that makes sense. So this blade is nice, loaded up, even, ready to go. So in my hot tap water here in the sink, I always wet my razor. Then I start shaving, and we always have to use the great shaving technique that, you know, why we use safety razors. And aside here, is if you're not using a safety or a straight razor at this point, you need to be. If you're using a cartridge razor, you need to get rid of that, get a safety razor at the very least. Safety razors are a little bit of investment up front, but the blades are so cheap and they give you such superior shaves and less irritating shaves. If you want better shaves, less irritating shaves, get a safety razor. That's all there is to it. So all the different techniques here I always use, you know, I kind of go in order of my passes. You go with the grain, cross grain, and then against the grain. So my first pass I go with the grain. I don't go against the grain. It's too aggressive for my face, but I do a cleanup pass where I kind of get areas a little bit closer that I need to. And while I'm shaving, once again, no pressure down, a great angle, nice stroke length, and yeah, just keep it nice and even and good speed. So I'm going to line it up here on my sideburn. I'm going to get shaving. And as always, you know, as soon as this head starts to fill up with lather and the hairs you cut off your face, clean it out right away. You don't want to be shaving with a razor that's filled with lather. So another thing is also to learn the direction of your hair growth. So the least aggressive way to shave is with the grain. You're going with the direction of hair growth. And even a couple months ago, you know, I had more experience under my belt, but I was just getting not as good as shaves in this area of my face as I wanted to. So I really studied the direction of facial hair growth here and realized it kind of grows up in this direction on this side of my neck. So then I switched my shaving method to going this direction. Instead of going down Because if it's growing in this direction, I'm kind of going a cross between against the grain and cross grain, which is just too aggressive for me for a first pass. So then I switched my method to shaving this direction, and ever since then, the irritation on this side of my neck has gone away. There we go, first pass. So whenever I'm done with any pass on my face, I clean off my face in my sink water here, and I feel around my face how the shave is going. Feels very nice. You know, I missed a few little areas here under my nose, which I'm going to pick up here on subsequent passes, but it's feeling good. Happy with that. And I leave a little bit of moisture on my face, but I try not to leave too much because I don't want to get some dissipating lather effects. Let me just reapply the lather I have left in the brush. Alright, second pass. I know this doesn't look like much lather, but there's lots of slickness here, plenty of protection. So now I go cross grain. That's people's typical second pass. Alright, very, very nice. So with more aggressive razors, usually after a second pass, I'm feeling very clean. I could stop here and be very happy with the shave, but I am going to continue and do a third pass. So my third pass is my cleanup pass. So what I do is I pull the lather like you saw me do out of the brush, and I feel around with my left hand, and I see the areas of my face that I want to get a little bit better. So this gives me constant feedback throughout my entire cleanup pass, how it's going, where I want to get again, where it's close enough for my liking, and just keep going based off that. There we go. So I'm feeling around, there's no areas I really want to clean up. I'm close in all the areas I want to be close. So feeling good. I'm going to go ahead and clean off my face and go into my post-shave routine. So I was just running fresh tap water there, and I use that to clean off my face for the final time. I don't go back and use the soap, the soapy, lathery facial hair water that I've been shaving with. So there we go. Feels great. Very, very happy with that. Feels nice. Fresh water. I try to do cold water first and then hot water. I feel like, hot then cold. Hot's really nice to help get off some of the extra lather on the face, helps it dissolve off, and then cold water helps close down some of my pores. Then I go into some sort of, usually an aftershave. I use just an aftershave or astringent of some sort. Like an alcohol-based aftershave, alum, witch hazel, something like that. And during the summertime, that's all I go with because I don't need the extra hydration on my face. So today, I'm going to be using the How to Grow a Mustache Alphine. This is an aftershave cologne by How to Grow a Mustache. Really sophisticated scent. Really amazing scent to it. I really enjoy this a lot. Put a little bit on my hands. This is alcohol-based. And I throw it on. Nice because you get the alcohol burn, and then this also has menthol in it, and I believe glycerin. Let me confirm. Menthol, glycerin. So it turns a little red with the alcohol in there, but then the menthol is so cooling. It's going away already, so that's nice. And then, even though this is summertime, I am going to throw on, just show you guys what I normally use. This is the Nivea Men Post-Shave Balm. Sorry, the menthol makes me squint. So I'm going to throw on a little bit of this just for some extra hydration on there. This menthol feels really nice on my skin. There we go. So it keeps it nice, hydrated. It's a good way to keep your skin protected. Your face has just gone through the trauma of shaving. You need to protect it because that skin can easily get dry, irritated, stuff like that. Sorry, menthol always makes me squint. Anyway, from there I clean up all my shaving gear, do it right away. You don't want any of the residues of shaving to linger on any of your stuff because it'll just get baked in there. Your stuff's going to get abused and not perform at its top level. So I clean up my razor, clean up my brush, clean up this area, then I'm good to go. So I hope that this video has been enjoyable for you guys. I know most of you watching out there are seasoned wet shavers, but also a lot of you are new to wet shaving. Sorry about my blinking once again. This menthol always gets me, no matter what I use with menthol in it. It always makes me squint. But I hope, this has been of some value. These are things I do in every single video, whether or not I mention it. Sometimes I just roll right through the shave. I don't really mention what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But I hope this has been like a nice refresher. This has also just been for me too. I can get caught up in all the different shaving soaps, creams, aftershave, stuff like that. And sometimes it's just nice to take stock of just being like, yes, I have a great method down. I really enjoy this method of shaving. It gives me great shaves. This is just such a great shave. It's so close. I'm really, really amazed. Look at this. My neck, not red at all. This used to just be a war zone down here when I'd shave with a cartridge razor. This was just a mess, always bleeding, none of that. So, it's just really nice to take stock in this great way of shaving that we have, and it's a nice appreciation, just saying, when I just go back to my basics, no matter, what I'm using, as long as I'm using good stuff that works well for me, I get great shaves, so much better, so much more enjoyable, and, I'm just very, very, very happy with this. And, this is the reason why I create these videos, to share, because I enjoy this so much and it gives me such great results, and I just want to share this with people. People should be shaving this way, and I hope you guys are shaving this way or are going to be making the switch soon, because it's absolutely worth it. So as always guys, thanks for watching. Please let me know if you have any comments, tips, or questions, and lots of videos to come.